Today on the Travel Magazine, join us as we visit La Palma in the Canary Islands. But first, to the Zomba Plateau in Malawi. The Zomba Plateau in Malawi sits high above the old capital city of Zomba. It is a tranquil and untamed region. The forests, flowers, and streams remain pristine and unspoiled, and where men with reels, or real men if you like, go fly fishing.
The Zomba Plateau is unique in the sense that you get from the Rift Valley Lake region of Lake Malawi, and within a very short distance you are up in the mountains where the mountain air is crisp and cool and is never hot.
It's hard to imagine that in the heart of Malawi, you can experience some of Africa's best fly fishing.
I've been coming up here and fishing since 1969. It's quite different from the rest of Africa. It's not a really African scene. Some of the vegetation isn't African. We've got European trees up here. Well, it's a chance to be in a beautiful place with butterflies, birds, sound of running water. It's a fairly sort of peaceful and solitary occupation, but at the same time you're actually exercising your brain and your other faculties. You're trying to outwit a trout.
I fished on the French River in Canada, Northern Ontario, but this is going to be something totally new. I think it's like going golfing the first time. What do you think, Murray?
Well, yeah, it is very new. A big difference between fly fishing and spin fishing, for example, or fishing with bait, is you're casting a weightless lure, okay? There's no weight at all. So you're relying on the line to cast the lure or the fly out.
That is very tiny, huh?
Yeah, the eye is small. Okay, we've threaded that through, and we're just going to tie it on. Okay, you're ready to go.
The rod might be, the question is, am I?
Okay. You don't have to cast very far. I mean, it's, you just want to throw out short casts and let the fly drift naturally with the current, okay? Fly fishing, you're trying to imitate a natural insect or something, represent something natural to the fish using feathers and steel and fur, So there's a lot of finesse in it too. I mean, everything's delicate, very light. Bring it back, let it straighten out, throw it out again. Okay, bring it back, straighten out. All right, it's timing, okay? There's no energy in it, all right? No excess energy. Okay. Take it back again.
How am I doing? Pretty amateur, huh?
Well, your fly's in the water and it's where the fish are, so that's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, we're going to find out how good your flies are, aren't we?
Sure.
You're on the spot.
Yeah. We've got to prove something, yeah.
The people of Malawi have a saying that any visitor, you must do what the visitor you would want yourself to be done. So it is in their culture that once you see a visitor, you must be nice to a visitor because you never know where else you are going to meet. We have the proverb which specifically states that a visitor must be looked after.
This one I'm selling 250.
So how much is this one?
150.
This is the man. He have sit on the chair.
I would say come to Malawi for 3 things. First and foremost, you meet the most friendly people in the world.
I think this one fish.
And the scenery is just breathtaking. And in addition to that, you can be at a resort which you think you're in the Caribbean or in Hawaii, yet you are right in the middle of Africa. That is something which is very unique. You won't see it anywhere else.
This is a magnificent view. Do you see over there? That is the city of Zomba.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
And all the colors of the houses from up here is really, I think, quite unique.
And the birds here, it is, do you see them come?
Yeah. And just flying across the plateau here, it's just very,
It
very
is
beautiful.
wonderful.
We'll be back with more of the travel magazine of the Zomba Plateau right after this. So stay with us.
So what we are catching, fishes or flies?
It was quite different. It takes some technique, but I enjoyed it.
Just answer me, did you catch something?
Mika, no.
The people carrying the loads of wood, they come and buy the wood from the forestry department, and then they carry it down, all the way down to Zomba, and sell it in the market. And they might do as many as 3 trips in a day. They'll start very early in the morning before it's light, walk all the way up the mountain, walk across to where they can get the wood, and then they walk down. They carry loads of up to 200 pounds on their heads. When you watch them walk down the mountain with these loads on their heads, you can see the amount of strain it puts on their backs and their legs and their necks in particular. And they basically do it as a means of earning money.
From fly fishing to horseback riding, Simon Burgess's family-run stables sit high atop the Zomba Plateau. Visitors can ride in a picture postcard setting with a spectacular view of the Shire Highlands below. Set in the rolling hills, and with its rich fertile soil, Zomba Plateau's tea plantations produce some of the world's richest teas and rank as one of Malawi's most popular exports. no visit to Zomba would be complete without a trip to one of the most colorful open-air markets in the country.
The famous market
Yes,
in Zomba.
this is the famous Zomba market.
Good.
It's one of the most colorful markets in the country.
I can see that. And do people come and bargain for the things?
Yes.
You have to
You have
bargain.
to bargain for everything.
Oh, this is the fish.
Yes, this
Is
is
this the famous fish that they catch here?
this is not the chambo.
But it smells also a little bit, eh?
Yes, it does. We have different languages, but the main one is Chichewa.
Chichewa.
And Chichewa, when we greet, we say morning.
Morning.
Morning is greetings.
Good.
Mulibwanji.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. Morning. Morning.
And then you're supposed to say morning is, when you say Zikomo, you say Mulibwanji is how are you?
Oh.
And you say Diribwino. I'm
No.
alright.
I'm alright. I think I'm alright is better.
You're alright is better.
I'll
Did you
stay
feel-
with morning.
Okay.
You know, Jeffrey,
Yes.
I really like those colorful clothing that they wear. You
Yes.
know, look at this. Is this made in Malawi?
This is made in Malawi. We
Good.
have a local company, David Whitehead and Company.
Because
They
it's
manufacture that.
everywhere in this country where I've been, I see this colorful clothing, and you know what? My problem is I'm not allowed to buy anymore because I bought a suitcase full of carvings already.
I think you should buy a few pieces
A few
to take
pieces.
back home.
Well, I have some money in my pocket.
Yes, those are enough. You can get some more.
Yeah, because I have to do some bargaining. And the vegetables, do they grow them here?
They are all grown here.
Oh.
The bananas, the tomatoes, everything is local. You see, when you come to a market like this, you
Yeah.
find almost everything.
You find the buttons.
Buttons, spares, and
Oh
things
my
like that.
goodness.
So you don't have to go to a particular shop.
Yeah.
You go to the market and you find almost everything.
And now that's very interesting. More money?
Mulibwanji, Tiribwin.
Money from Canada. So don't you think that we should buy something? Oh, look at that, Jeffrey, here.
Try something.
This
Yeah,
is-
try.
How much is it here?
Who is this?
We first say money.
Morning.
Mwapase
Morning.
moni guy.
How are you?
So, oh,
Bye.
fine. What
It's a
is
surprise.
this? The combs
For the hair.
for the hair.
Mm.
For my hair also?
You can try, but maybe a bit rough.
A little bit rough. Maybe
Bit
I
rough.
should.
You try the other one.
Yeah, maybe I should try. Oh, it's a little bit rough,
A bit rough, but
but it's
it
nice.
may do the
How
job
do I
on the-
look? Do I look
much
better?
much better after
That's
this.
better. Okay. Can I have a look? Can I have a look at this colorful? Yeah, that's fine.
That's one.
Oh, I've got now. You hold my camera
Let me hold the
now,
camera.
because, and I would look at this comb and this
And
hand.
these the beads.
That is very colorful. How much is this?
5 kwacha.
5 kwacha.
Okay, we are getting them. 5 kwacha each.
Well, we have to bargain. You know what?
Sweet.
I know that you spend a lot of time making this, so I will get one of this and one of these, and the comb. How much is the comb? 15.
kwacha.
African sunsets are known the world over, and Malawi is no exception. The rich, warm colors of a sunset over the Zomba Plateau may have something to do in inspiring Malawi's nickname, the warm heart of Africa.
We will be back with Palma in the Canary Islands just after this, so stay with us.
2.5-hour flight from Spain, in the Atlantic Ocean, near the northern tip of the African continent, lie the Canary Islands. These 7 spectacular islands offer a subtropical climate with beautiful varied landscapes. In the northwest corner of the Canary Islands lies La Palma, also known as La Isla Bonita, or the Beautiful Island. Join us as we visit the capital, Santa Cruz de La Palma, go hiking in La Caldera Taburiente National Park, and enjoy some spectacular scenery along the way. Just like the Hawaiian Islands in the Pacific, the Canary Islands rose out of the Atlantic Ocean millions of years ago. The rock formations are a constant reminder of the volcanic origins of the islands, creating breathtaking scenery and an abundance of unique flora and fauna.
It's a fabulous island, isn't it? Don't you like it?
So Connie, tell me, you have sailed the 7 seas on cruise ships. Why did you end up in La Palma?
Well, I was actually, after 12 years of traveling, I was looking for a real good place to live. This is still a relatively unspoiled island, a quiet part of the world for nature lovers, for hikers, small black sandy beaches, but above all, peace and quietness. I think, first of all, you must know that it's a very quiet city. It's a very beautiful historical city, old buildings. It has a very relaxed atmosphere. What I would suggest anybody coming to this island is just walk through the main street and really get the feel of the town. You find that they've preserved the old houses and they're doing their utmost to, even if there's a renovation, to keep it in the old style. Some buildings dating back even almost 400, just over 400 years. So you find an almost, say, antique town in our modern world.
Santa Cruz de La Palma has a unique artistic flavor and a wealth of 16th century Flemish art due to the lively trade of seafaring European nations. Modern buildings stand beside large old houses with wooden balconies. These balconies, painted in a variety of colors, are typical of the island. How would you describe the people?
Kind, at the beginning maybe a little bit reserved, but once they take you into their hearts, they're the most lovely people you can find.
We traveled along a winding mountain road to a small country village called Barlovento, just north of Santa Cruz, where we were offered an excellent meal of barbecued goat cheese.
So Joseph, what are you going to do? Cut the cheese?
Yes.
And is it good for you?
Oh yes, and everybody like.
Everybody likes.
Everybody like.
Are we gonna have some for lunch meat tonight?
Oh yes.
Can we have some just now?
Oh yes, why not? I think everybody likes in Canada too.
I think so too. It looks good. It smells very good.
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 Smells
Now
good.
it looks very good. This is not all for you, Jake.
It's okay to eat, is it, Joseph?
Oh.
You're sure now?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
I love the sauce. You know, this is very good.
In the old times, there was a lot of cattle in the caldera, and because of its horrible steep cliffs and walls, people had to invent a way of actually safely looking after the goats and getting them back from difficult corners. So they invented a system with a big pole. It must be like 10 or 12 feet long, I think, or even longer. And so what they do is they put it down in the ground and they slide down the pole, and so they can actually prevent themselves from falling off the rock and still going after the goats at a reasonable speed. And there's very few people on this island nowadays who still know how to do the jumping with the lands as they call it. And one of them is Victor.
So what do you use it for? To come quickly down the mountain? But is it to rescue people, to help people, or what do you use it
Well,
for?
I use it as well for hunting, rescue people, and because travel along the mountain, travel much more faster.
Yeah. Why do people come in the park? You're a guide as well. What do you do when you take people guiding?
Well, take it to see the miradores, the water springs. I take it around to see the plants, a lot of things.
Palma offers a wide variety of different accommodations. You've got these lovely resort hotels with big, beautiful swimming pools, full services, restaurant, etc. And there's one big hotel on the other side as well.
Right. So how do you like the Canary Islands?
I love the Canary Islands. And how do you like it? I can't understand that so many things are growing on this island.
Mika, even I'm growing. How are you doing?
I'm fine. But look at all those cactuses over there. You know, it's amazing that this all grows on this place.
Look at the geraniums, huh?
And the different kinds of bougainvilleas, purple, orange, white.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this edition of the Travel Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed our trip as much as we have. See you next time.